Over 2,500 AI experts revealed what just might be in our not-too-distant future. What's next? AI designing cities, creating music and movies, advancing science and medicine, and reshaping entire industries. Stick around because by the end, you'll know what's hype and what's truly AI dope.
All right, diving in. You sent over this beast of a research paper.
Thousands of AI authors on the future of AI.
That's the one. 2,778 AI researchers. They really spill their predictions in this thing.
It's really something.
You're talking like the entire robot think tank is weighing in on where AI is headed next. And you clearly want to know, are things moving faster than we think?
It's a goldmine, this paper. A real treasure trove of insights.
Okay.
And these aren't just any opinions. We're talking leading researchers from the top universities, the big labs, the folks who are really on the cutting edge.
So no need to worry about our toasters, like plotting world domination just yet.
Not quite.
Okay.
This is about the potential of AI to reach, even surpass, human capabilities. And the timeline on that potential, well, it might be a bit closer than a lot of people realize.
Okay, now you've got my attention.
Yeah.
The paper, it mentions some specific AI milestones.
It does.
Hit me with some of the highlights.
Well, buckle up.
Okay.
Because these researchers, they predict that within the next decade, AI could be writing chart-topping pop songs.
Wait.
Building functional websites from scratch.
Wow.
Even mastering video games, like at superhuman level.
Hold on. AI composing a hit song. That's not just some algorithm spitting out like generic beats. That's challenging what we think of as like uniquely human creativity.
Exactly. And it makes you wonder, what happens when AI starts pushing those boundaries of art, music. Yeah. It's not about replacing human artists. It's about exploring these uncharted creative territories, maybe even collaborating, to achieve something totally new.
Okay. I'm trying to wrap my head around AI songwriters.
Yeah.
But building a website, that's a whole other level of complexity.
Right. And we're not talking like basic web pages here.
Right.
The researchers, they believe AI could be building complete, like fully functional e-commerce sites within the decade.
Wow.
Handling everything, the design, functionality, secure payment processing, all of it.
Wow, that's a lot to unpack. And if that's even possible, then what about other fields? Could we see AI designing buildings, writing software, even like conducting scientific experiments?
You're thinking along the right lines. And that brings us to, I think, one of the paper's most compelling points, the sheer speed of AI learning. Okay. They use this example of AI mastering games.
Right.
Yeah. Things like Angry Birds.
Right.
Which, on the surface, it might sound kind of trivial.
Sure.
But it demonstrates this incredible ability to learn, to adapt, at a pace we've just never seen before.
Right.
So now imagine that kind of learning applied to complex fields, medicine, engineering, finance, you name it.
It's like suddenly hitting fast forward on like all of technological advancement.
Yeah.
So what are the implications of that kind of rapid progress?
That's precisely the question, isn't it? The question we need to be grappling with. Because as AI evolves at this pace, it's not just about what it can do, it's about the broader implications for everything, really.
And I'm guessing those implications come with, immense opportunities.
It's huge.
But also potential risks, right?
You're catching on quickly.
Okay.
And that's where things get really interesting, because this research paper, it doesn't shy away from exploring both the promising and the potentially, perilous.
All right, now I'm really on the edge of my seat. Let's dive into the deep end and explore the potential impact these researchers foresee, both the good and the potentially concerning. Okay, we've glimpsed the potential here.
Yeah.
AI composing symphonies, building these online empires.
Right.
All while mastering Angry Birds in its spare time.
Of course, gotta have hobbies.
Right. But let's get real. What do these experts say about the big picture? Is advanced AI going to be our new best friend or our worst nightmare?
Well, the good news is a majority of the researchers, we're talking around 68%, envision a future where advanced AI, it brings more benefits than drawbacks. They really see the potential, to solve these complex problems that we've been grappling with, to drive innovation, to improve lives on a global scale.
That's reassuring.
Yeah.
But I'm hearing a but coming.
Yeah, there is one.
Okay.
While they're generally optimistic, these experts, they aren't sugarcoating the potential downsides.
Okay.
Nearly 60% acknowledge a non-trivial chance, and those are their words, not mine, of some extremely negative outcomes,
Like what?
including something they explicitly call human extinction.
Okay. Wow, that took a dark turn. So even the optimists, they see a possibility of things going very wrong. What are they most concerned about?
Yeah, and it's more nuanced than like a simple robot uprising.
Okay.
One concern that emerges is the potential for AI to rapidly self-improve. So imagine you have this AI system, it reaches a certain level of intelligence, and then it can design and create even more advanced versions of itself,
Right.
quickly outpacing our ability to understand or even control what it's doing.
That's the intelligence explosion idea, right?
Yeah.
AI going from building websites to basically like an uncontrollable superintelligence.
Precisely. And while it sounds like something out of, science fiction, a significant portion of these researchers, about 40%, they believe there's at least a 10% chance of it happening.
10%, that's not insignificant.
No, not at all. To put that in perspective, imagine like a 1 in 10 chance of winning the lottery. But instead of a cash prize, we're talking about AI potentially surpassing human intelligence. And in the blink of an eye.
Okay, yeah, I see why that has them worried.
Yeah.
Hey, want our free AI dope top AI tools that we use? Chat below. It's our live Google Sheets packed with over 100 killer tools, video, music, photos, AI voices, productivity, script writing, YouTube hacks, captions, the works. Always growing. Live Google Sheet. Always free. AI dope top AI tools that we use. Download and chat below. Back to the show.
So it's not just about AI like turning evil.
Right.
Right. It's about it becoming so intelligent so rapidly that we lose control.
It's the control problem, exactly.
Okay. What kind of consequences are they envisioning?
Well, one concern is unintended consequences.
Okay.
So imagine you have an AI system, it's tasked with, say, solving climate change.
Okay.
It might devise a solution that, to its super intelligent mind seems perfectly logical, even elegant,
Right.
but it has these unforeseen and potentially catastrophic consequences for humanity.
Like deciding that the best way to reduce carbon emissions is to, well, let's just say I'm glad we're not relying on AI for environmental policy just yet.
Yeah, I think it's a while off, and
Okay.
it's not just these existential risks that worry them. The survey, it highlights concerns about AI-driven misinformation, manipulation of public opinion, even the potential for, say, authoritarian regimes to exploit AI for their own purposes.
So a lot to be excited about, for sure.
Absolutely.
But also a lot to be cautious of.
Without a doubt.
Where do we even begin to address these challenges?
Well, I think the first step is acknowledging them, which is, of course, what these researchers are doing.
Right.
Over 70% believe we need to significantly ramp up research into AI safety, essentially establishing safeguards to ensure that AI development, it benefits humanity,
Okay.
not harms it.
So it's like knowing a storm is brewing, we can either hope for the best or we can start, battening down the hatches.
Right.
But how do we prepare for something as unpredictable as the future of AI?
It's tricky, but I think it boils down to proactive and responsible development. We need to prioritize ethical considerations. We need to ensure transparency, accountability, and we need to foster this open dialogue, a really thoughtful dialogue about the potential impact of AI on society as a whole.
So it sounds like this isn't just a conversation for AI researchers, it's a conversation for everyone.
Absolutely. And that's a perfect segue to our final point.
Okay.
This research, it isn't about abstract concepts.
Right.
It's about the future we're all shaping together.
We've covered a lot of ground here. AI writing hit songs, the potential for this intelligence explosion, and we talked about the profound impact that this could have on all of our lives.
Yeah.
But as we kind of reach the end of our deep dive here, what are the key takeaways? What do we want our listener to walk away with?
I think the biggest takeaway, the most important message, is that the future of AI, it isn't predetermined. It's not set in stone.
Right.
It's something that we're all creating right now through the choices we're making, the conversations we're having. And it's about asking not just, what can AI do, but what do we want AI to do?
So it's about shaping the trajectory to align with our values, our aspirations, all of that.
Yeah.
How do we even begin to do that?
It starts with awareness, understanding, like really getting a grasp on the potential benefits, sure, but also the risks of AI. This research paper, it gives us this like amazing glimpse into the minds of these leading experts.
It does.
You see their excitement, but you also see their concerns. It's about taking those insights and having these open, honest conversations about the kind of future that we're all walking towards.
We've talked about AI's potential, right, to revolutionize industries, enhance our creativity, maybe even solve some of our toughest problems. But we've also talked about the potential downsides, those unintended consequences, the importance of ethics, all of that. How do we balance these two things, the excitement of innovation with the need to be responsible to think these things through?
That's the million-dollar question, right? It's a balancing act. There's no doubt about that. It requires constant dialogue and collaboration between the people developing AI, policymakers, and most importantly, the public.
Right.
Because this impacts everyone. It's about ensuring transparency, right? That what we're doing is out in the open. It's about establishing these ethical guidelines, almost like, a code of conduct, so to speak. And it's about fostering this sense of shared responsibility for what we're creating.
So it's not just about building smarter machines, it's about building a smarter future.
Exactly.
One where AI empowers us, all of us, but it doesn't compromise our values or jeopardize the future.
Well said. It's about harnessing this incredible power to make a more equitable, a more sustainable, a better world, really, for everyone. And that takes work. It takes education, dialogue, and really thoughtful engagement from all of us.
This deep dive has been incredible. We've really gone deep. And we've explored, I think, the incredible potential of AI, but also, like we said, confronted some of the potential downsides, some unsettling possibilities. What's the one thing, if you could boil it down, that you hope our listener takes away from this conversation?
If there's just one thing, it's that the future of AI, it's not written in stone. It's a future we have the power to shape. And the more informed we are, the more engaged we are, the better our chances of getting it right. And if you want another AI dope deep dive, check this next video and ask yourself, how lucky are we to live in these AI dope times?